Hey, what is up, everybody? This is, Stevie Breach coming to you here with a video. We're talking about The Undertaker making his return to WWE Monday Night Raw. I can honestly say, sitting here, I can't remember the last time that we saw Undertaker on television. I guess, thinking about it, he was on Raw the night after WrestleMania 35. I honestly don't even remember what he did, but it wasn't at WrestleMania when a lot of people thought he was going to be having something to do on that show. First WrestleMania in a long time that Undertaker didn't make an appearance. Off the top of my head, there's WrestleMania 10 where he wasn't booked for the show. I've heard that just WWE just didn't have an idea of what they wanted to do with him. I've heard that, WWE actually had Undertaker booked in Japan during that time. So I'm not 100% sure. And then he missed WrestleMania 16 due to injury. But, after about WrestleMania 22, all the matches that Undertaker had until like WrestleMania 30 were the best match on WrestleMania. So he is a guy, he did have the streak that started at 8, went all the way until WrestleMania 30. All of those matches, pretty meaningful, even though he was fighting guys like Jimmy Snuka, the Big Boss Man, Big Show, Mark Henry. All of those matches were pretty meaningful for the card, so he is a pretty big WrestleMania hero. Maybe people give the nod to Hulk Hogan because Hogan was there from the beginning. He laid the groundwork for WrestleMania to be what it was. But we'll get down to making some money here. Undertaker's going to be on the show because they've booked him in a match against Goldberg. This is not a match that either one of these guys have asked for. This is basically WWE was having a show in Saudi Arabia. They needed a way to bring an attraction. I don't think they actually sell tickets here. I think that WWE has a flat rate where they make this much money for running this show in Saudi Arabia. So I think it's like pretty much I think they call it a paid show or something like that. They've ran shows like this in other countries. They did, was it Iraq? I think it had to have been Iraq. They've done these in other countries. I think they've done these shows in Canada as well back in the 80s, where it's just a way to bring them to town. People try to make money off of it, so they pay a flat rate for WWE to come, and then they try to sell tickets, and if they make a profit, they make a profit, and if they don't, then they're the ones that lose out. WWE is guaranteed to make money no matter what they do here. So they went with the Legends, Undertaker versus Goldberg. We haven't seen Undertaker since his match against Roman, right? Where Roman beat him at WrestleMania 34. Goldberg, of course, lost the Universal Championship at WrestleMania to Brock. That was in Orlando, right? Yeah, I think that was in Orlando. And then he went into the Hall of Fame in New Orleans. So it's been a bit since we've seen Goldberg. I honestly never thought we would ever see Goldberg ever again. I think that he came back. He had the match for his family. He wanted his son to see him wrestle. He wanted his wife to see him in action and see basically what made him famous. He was able to show that. It beat the hell out of him. He's came out and he's made statements about he came back. He wanted to do it. He's glad he did it, but he didn't really know what toll it was going to put on his body in order to do those things. As of course, Goldberg, cut his head up, headbutting or did he break his? I can't remember. He did something right before he walked out on the Monday Night Raw before Survivor Series. He either headbutted the locker or he punched the locker and he broke his hand. It was one of those, and that's why everybody said the Survivor Series, the Brock versus Goldberg match, was so short. It wasn't that they just wanted to go for the surprise factor of somebody beating Brock so fast. They actually wanted to get the match over with because of the fact that Goldberg was hurt, and it sort of played in to the storyline that these guys were going to fight again at WrestleMania. So, with an Undertaker making his appearance, I'm not looking for some big, huge promo where he calls out the Monday Night War and he says that, Goldberg was the biggest star for WCW. He was the biggest star of WWE. This isn't like a blood feud of WWE versus WCW or anything like that. This is just a match for respect. They're two aging legends. They want to see if they're able to get it done, and they want to see who in 2019 still is the best. So we'll see how this plays out on Monday Night Raw.